Hey everybody, John here for day 5 of the video challenge thing. Not with Daniel, as you can see, back in the old room. So let's get right into this. So today's question is, what I would change about the world. And that's a pretty, heavy question, and I feel like I've said this each and every video, but if I had to change one singular thing about the world, it would probably be people's inability or choice not to understand each other. And I feel like the statement itself makes it like a minor thing, but when you think about it, that fact alone affects a lot, because whether or not you understand where somebody's coming from, your decision differs, and I think that would totally affect a large amount of world issues that we have. For instance, racism, big one. Gender equality, sexuality equality, stuff like that. If a person took the time to understand who you're addressing, where they have come from, and why they want what they want, I feel like things would go along a lot smoother than they already do, you know? It wouldn't have taken so long for gay marriage to be a thing if you would just had taken the time to put yourself in somebody else's shoe and said, if this was the person that I have loved all my life and I was unable to marry them, I would want that one joy, right? But people don't take that time because they're so caught up in their own personal, my religion says this, or according to the government, this doesn't make sense to me. It's as much as those factors are important, you have to consider that, for me to hold, words and, words that were said so many years ago, and just, laws and statements like that, literal just words over people and their emotions and their feelings and their lives and their time on this planet, and you're gonna weigh those two and you're gonna put the words over that, it's not the right thing in my eyes. And I'm trying to formulate an example of this that would make it easier to understand what I'm trying to convey, and I don't know whether or not my thought is getting through well enough, but I don't know, it's just you can't, it would make things easier amongst each other if we just took the time to wear somebody else's shoes, to think about why they're doing this, to put yourself out of yourself, rid yourself from the equation. I think there's a quote from Tron or something, and the newer Tron, and where I can't remember this too well, I don't really like the movie too much, but the girl, the girl, she sacrifices her life or whatever, but before she goes off and does this, the main character is why are you doing this? What, you don't have to sacrifice yourself. And she says that she's putting herself out of the equation. And I feel like that's a big thing. And when you put yourself out of the equation, you can see all the other elements of the problem or the situation or whatever, and you're able to deal with it in a more beneficial manner, because you're not the focus all the time. And unless you are the focus, then you shouldn't be putting yourself as the focus. And so I just personally, I think understanding somebody else makes all the difference in an issue. And so yeah, that is my sentiment for the day. If I had to change one thing about the world, I would change people and their lack or blatant decision not to think about other people's perspectives, to choose to ignore, or not ignore, but like think about other people's perspectives, or put themselves in other people's shoes, or remove themselves from the equation to see how everybody else feels about the matter. Because one thing about life, from the life I live, is that life is not a singular thing. Because you, as much as like the only person you spend most of your life with is yourself, you also are surrounded by millions of individuals on this planet. And so to act like you are the focus of everything is not beneficial to everyone. And at the same time, this could be totally wrong, because if you're just aiming to get yourself where you need to be, that's you. And that makes sense too. But from how I live my life and how I see things, you should, unless the situation only involves you, do not make this focus you. Think about the other people involved in the situation. Personal gain is less beneficial than the group gain, it's like, what is the line? The life of one over the life of many? Stuff like that. Just, if you take the time to understand where somebody else is in the midst of the situation that you're in, things will turn out better. And your decisions will be more rational, and things will go better. So yeah, that's what I would change. Thank you everybody for watching. This has been John and his crazy shenanigans on what life is to him. See you guys tomorrow with another video. I don't know whether or not Daniel has put his up. Thank you for everybody who's been watching day by day, even though this is only 5 days in. But 5 days in is a pretty good commitment, considering like these videos are like under 10 minutes long. So that's like a solid, let's say if they're like on average 5 minutes, and that's already 25 minutes of your life that you have dedicated to this series, I guess. And so that's cool, and I appreciate that people telling me about what I have had to say, encouraging me to do it more. I don't know why I'm doing this now. Alright, I'm gonna stop now. Thank you everybody for watching. This has been John. See you tomorrow, guys.